Hello, it's Ladonnya here from Keep It Crafty with Ladonnya, and I am here with another team video hop. And it's Team JazzleDazzle, which is JazzleDazzle Crafts with Janice, who's my team leader. And our theme this month is friendship. So I have taken inspiration from the catalogue, and now I've turned the pages. I should have been ready. This is what I've taken inspiration from, this card here. So that is, I'm not doing it the same as that, but that is my inspiration. So that's where that's come from. And I've prepped everything. So we're going to do a 5x7 card. So just cut a piece of cardstock, 7 inches by 10 inches, score at 5, fold and burnish. And then I've got all these pieces here. Everything's prepped, so it should be quite straightforward. Shouldn't take too long. But let's do the stamping first. Now I've chosen the ink from, this is beautiful, by the way. This is this ombre card here. And the colours in here are, well, the colours that we're going to be using are Blackberry Bliss, Magenta Madness and Mango Melody. And then down the bottom here we've got Bermuda Bay and Granny Apple Green. But that is lovely. Lovely glitter paper. Yeah, I think you can see that. So the ink I've chosen and the cardstock I've chosen is going to be Blackberry Bliss, because the sentiment is going to go at the bottom, and that's going to be the bottom of the card. So if we just stamp this up, this says life is better with a friend like you, and it comes from Peaceful Moments. This is a brilliant set. It's got lots of different things in there, but what can be better about friendship than your life being better for it? So that is what I'm going to say on this card. So I'm just going to stamp across the bottom here. But I want to do this first in case I get everything all nicely lined up and then my stamping goes wrong, because I know I need re-inkers. So I probably should have chosen a different colour, but I haven't. So let's go for this. I'm just going to have to pull it towards me a bit. I hope you can see. And I hope I don't get my head in the way. Let's hope that's straight. There we go. Life is better with a friend like you. So I'm happy with that. It does need re-inking, but that's come out really well actually. So what I've done is I've cut a white layer that is going to sit on there like that. And this is cut at, let me just remember, 4 7/8 by 6 7/8. So I'll come down 1/8 of an inch on all of it. So this will be 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. And this one, carefully trim, after you've die cut that, carefully trim to 4 5/8 by 6 5/8. But yes, let me just show you this. I don't know if you can see. I'll put it against there. When I put it in my trimmer, I didn't press down on this bar here. I didn't press down hard enough. And just there, there's just a very slight rumple just there. You might not be able to see it. I can, but it's not too bad. But the pillow I am, I did that twice, and the first one I ruined. So what I've ended up with is a load of spare butterflies. But they will go in my pot for another project. So when you're cutting something against negatives, just make sure you press that bar down just to make sure that it doesn't rumple your card up, because otherwise you'll end up with a little rumple like I've got, and that is not really what we want. So I'm going to stick the white layer down. Oh, come on, this one's nearly out, and I don't know whether it's giving me trouble because it's nearly out or it's got a blocked nib. Let me check that against the light. Oh no, it's completely out. I'll just get rid of that one and get this one instead. Right, the fun bit is going to be when we stick down the piece with the negatives, because that has obviously got a lot of thin pieces. Right, so I'm using wet glue because obviously we're going to have a very tiny border. We need that moment of wiggle room. But we couldn't go, or I felt I couldn't go too much of a border. It had to be a tiny border because of the size I had to cut this to. So I'm going to stick that on top there, just like that. And of course, when we're sticking the negative section on, we're going to be sticking onto glimmer card as well. So again, another small border. So hence the wet glue still. There we go. Now look, isn't that pretty? That ombre effect. So that's that. And then, yes, we are going to cover that up. But it's still very pretty. And then we've got that tiny border just there. So we need to get into all the little bits and pieces to make sure that everything sticks down. I'm going to do all these bits first and then go around the edge. But again, coming back down a bit around there. I want plenty on because of sometimes glitter paper can be a little bit tricky to stick to. So I think we've got plenty of glue there. So now carefully try and get an even border. But this is why I like the wet glue. It gives us a few moments it's not quite perfect, but I'm just going to give that an extra press where that wrinkle is. And then just keep going around it just for a minute, just because it's on that glitter paper. Just to make sure that glue gets into all the little... I mean, it's not really crevices, but you know what I mean. There's texture there. I need to get that glue in there. And there we go. So that's that part done. Oh, and obviously, I say obviously, you may not know, I have used the Brilliant Wings dies to cut out those butterflies there. And that just lines up like that, all in one die. And then there are other dies in here as well. So what I did was, with these negatives, I took the negative, found the relevant die, and then just laid it on top, gave myself the tiniest little border, stuck it down with washi tape. Definitely recommend you tape it down. I used washi tape and then ran that through my die machine, just to get all of these butterflies like this. This die set is a fab set. There's loads in there. So, and that's the Brilliant Wings dies. But obviously you can use different die sets, different themes. Doesn't have to be butterflies. So then we're just going to pop these on there, but I want a bit of curl on the wings. So I'm just going to take my bone folder, just very gently, because it's so thin, some of these bits are so thin, we just need to be really gentle and just curl it slowly. Gentle several times is much better than just going in there and just, with these ones you can really give that some welly. But with these ones, once they're cut, you want to be really gentle with them. So again, just nice and gentle, just a few times. And then it brings the wings up into a curl. We'll do that on all of them. So if you like our video hops, please do check out the links, which will be in the description box for all the other videos that's in this month's hop. And I'm excited to see what they are. We don't know until they go live where you can watch. We don't know what each other's done. So it's just as much as a surprise to us as it is to you. So now we're going to just glue these in the relevant places, and I'm just going to put some glue along the bodies of the butterflies. There we go. If we line up the body, oh, got a bit of tack on my finger. So line up the body. Oh dear. And make sure you haven't got any tack on your fingers when you're doing this, like I obviously have. I'm going to need to get my glue rubber into there, because every time that gets touched it's going to lift. That's better. So that's that one. Right. And then just go around and fill in the rest of the gaps. Might be an idea just to give it a push down with the end of your bone folder. That one's still a bit loose. I think it's because it's going onto the glimmer paper. Just taking its time to adhere. So you wouldn't want to make this and then put it immediately into an envelope. You'd want to let it properly dry. Shouldn't take long. It's not a long drying glue, which is good. It's just what we're sticking it to. And then this one will go here. If you have any questions about anything I'm using, I will try and remember to put my email in the description box. I do answer my emails. I may not answer straight away, but I will answer you. Especially at the moment, I'm waiting to... I've popped that one off, see. Let's just press that back down again. See, it takes that bit longer because it's on the glimmer paper. Yeah, I'm waiting to hear about starting a new job. So if you do email me, like a couple of people have, I may be working, in which case I will get back to you as soon as I can. But I think this is looking really pretty. I was going to put some gems on it, but I don't think it needs it, if I'm honest. We've got the shine from the shine and sparkle from the glimmer paper, so I think that's enough. And then the last one. Just pop that in there like that. And then the only thing left to do after that is a white layer to go on the inside. Obviously don't want to be writing on Blackberry Bliss coloured cardstock. So there is that card. It's got nice dimension, and of course it will fold flat to go in the envelope for posting. And I think that's really pretty. I do like that. So now I'm going to move on to this. Now I had a scrap in my scrap box which was 6 inches tall. So I'll cut it to 4 inches wide, which will give us a 1/2 inch border all the way round. So that is going to go like that. But I thought we could use the butterfly from Positive Thoughts to sort of take the butterfly theme from the outside to the inside, and then using the Blackberry Bliss, which is at the bottom, the Magenta Madness, which is in the middle, and then the Mango Melody, which is at the top, I thought we would do 3 butterflies with a little bit of masking. So, Blackberry Bliss at the bottom. I'm just going to do it like that. Doesn't really matter how you do it. There we go. So let me just clean off my stamp. And I've just sprayed my spray on the back of the block instead of on the pad, because I'm a pillock. There we go. Now I'm going to mask it. As you can see, this was blue sticky notes. I have been using them, as you can see. I'm going to stick that over there. I've not bothered cutting out the antennae. What is that? Because it's very, very fiddly. Let's luckily the pink is going over there where I've just, can you see? Must have got a bit of just fluff on my stamp. No, there's none there now, not that I can see. So hopefully the Magenta Madness will cover that. But we shall see. If not, we'll turn it over and start again. And then just, that one's going to angle that way a little bit. Yep, that covered that splodge. So that's good. And then clean your stamp off again. And then we'll go in with the Mango Melody. We'll just move this mask up one. I'm trying not to get my head in the way, but it's difficult to line up little tiny masks when you're trying to not get in the way. There we go. So, and that is going to go on the inside. So let me get rid of my ink. We'll get a little bit of glue. See, these are stuck now. So that didn't take too long at all. I probably should have stuck this in first, but I didn't. That doesn't matter. It gave those butterflies time for the glue to dry while we did this layer. So, and then just aim for the middle. Give it a rub. And there is our card finished. So we've got the coordinating colours on the inside and on the outside. So I hope you like that. And again, look in the, if you've got a catalogue, look in it. There's loads of inspiration in there. This is where the inspiration for this came from. Loads of inspiration. I do recommend casing those cards because they are fab. So please check out the rest of the videos in the hop. I hope you've liked this. And please give me a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Bye for now.